dark green shadows are voices that urge me to stay. So I pause and I wait and I listen for one more sound, for one more lovely thing that the hills might say. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from the church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook as it trips and falls over stones in its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hill when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once
I think we can be proud of our efforts. Out of 28 postulants, 16 or 17 are ready to enter the novitiate. Now let's consider the doubtful ones again. There's Ermengarde.
Reverend Mother, there can be no doubt about Ermengarde. The religious life is no place for the pious.
You mean the pretentiously pious, Sister Berta? There's Christina, and then there's Maria.
Well, after last night, there can be no doubt in the Reverend Mother's mind about Maria.
I gave her permission to leave the abbey for the day.
I told you, Sister Berta.
Ave?
Reverend Mother, I've brought Maria. She's waiting.
Sister Sophia, the mistress of the postulants and the mistress of the novices, don't see eye to eye about Maria. How do you feel about her?
Oh, well, I love her dearly, but she always seems to be getting in trouble, doesn't she?
Oh, exactly what I say. She climbs a tree, then scrapes her knee, her dress has got a tear.
She waltzes on her way to mass and whistles on the stair.
And underneath her wimple she has curlers in her hair.
I've even heard her singing in the abbey.
She's always late for chapel,
but her penitence is real.
She's always late everything except for every meal. I hate to have to say it, but I very firmly feel Maria's not an answer to the Abbey.
I'd like to say a word in her behalf.
Then say it, Sister Margaretta.
Maria makes me
Laugh.
How do you solve a problem like Maria?
How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria?
A flimsy gyp,
A billable dress, a clown. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you keep a wave upon the sun? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand? When I'm with her, I'm confused, out of focus and bemused, and I never know exactly where I am.
unpredictable as weather. She's as flighty as a feather.
She's a darling.
She's a demon.
She's a lamb.
She'll outpester any pest, drive a hornet from its nest.
She can throw a whirling dervish out of whirl.
She is gentle, she is wild. She's a riddle, she's a child.
She's a headache.
She's an angel. She's a girl.
How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria?
A willable miss, a clown.
Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay?
Listen to all you say. How do you keep a wave upon the sand?
Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand? Reverend Mother, may I just...
My dear children, I think I should talk to Maria instead of about her. I am grateful to you all. Abe, come here, my child. Sit down, Maria. I want to talk with you.
Yes, about last night. Reverend Mother, I was on my knees most of the night because I was late, and after you've been so kind and given me permission to leave.
Maria, this isn't about you being late.
But I must have awakened half the Abbey before Sister Margaretta heard me and opened the gate.
Maria, very few of us were asleep. We could only think that you had lost your way. And to be lost at night, up on that mountain?
Oh, Reverend Mother, I could never be lost on that mountain. Why, that's my mountain. I was brought up on it. It was that mountain that brought me to you.
Oh,
When I was a little girl, I used to come down the mountain and climb a tree and look over into your garden. I'd see the sisters hard at work, and I'd hear them sing on their way to Vespers. Many times I would go back up that mountain in the dark, singing all the way. And that leads me to another transgression, Reverend Mother. I was singing yesterday, and I was singing without your permission.
Maria, it is only here at the Abbey that there is a rule about singing.
Oh, but that's the hardest rule of all for me. Sister Margaretta is always reminding me, but too late, after I've started singing.
Maria, despite what you've seen over the Abbey walls, you weren't prepared for the life we live, were you?
No, but I pray and I try.
Tell me, Maria, what is the most important thing that you've learned here?
To find out what is the will of God and to do it.
Even though it may be hard to accept?
Even then.
the dress that you wore when you came to us, is that still in the robing room?
Why, no, Reverend Mother. I'm sure it has been given to the poor. Sister Margaretta always says when we enter the abbey, our worldly clothes are... Reverend Mother, why do you ask?
It seems to be the will of God that you leave us.
Leave? Leave here? Oh, no,
For a
Reverend Mother.
while only.
Please don't send me away, Reverend Mother. I want to be here. This is my life.
But are you ready for it? Perhaps if you went out into the world for a time, you could return, knowing what we expect of you, and that we do expect it.
I know what you expect, Reverend Mother, and I'll do...
Yeah?
If it is God's will, where am I to go?
There is a family of 7 children. But you like children. You do very well with them. They need a governess until September.
Until September?
Captain Von Trapp expects you this afternoon. He is a fine man and a brave one. He was given the Maria Theresa Medal by the Emperor. It was for heroism in the Adriatic.
A captain? In the Navy? Oh, Mother, he'll be very strict.
Maria, we are not sending you to his battleship. Bless you, Maria.
Reverend Mother, have I your permission to sing?
Yes, my child.
What will this day be like? I wonder. What will my future be? I wonder. It could be so exciting to be out in the world, to be free. My heart should be wildly rejoicing. Oh, what's the matter with me? I've always longed for adventure, to do the things I've never dared. And here I'm facing adventure. Then why am I so scared? A captain with 7 children. What's so fearsome about that? Oh, I must stop these doubts, all these worries. If I don't, I just know I'll turn back. I must dream of the things I am seeking. I am seeking the courage I lack. The courage to serve them with reliance. Face my mistakes without defiance. Show them I'm worthy, and while I show them, I'll show me so. Let them bring on all their problems. I'll do better than my best. I have confidence they'll put me to the test, but I'll make them see I have confidence in me. Somehow I will impress them. I will be firm but kind, and all those children, heaven bless them, they will look up to me and find me with each step I am more certain. Everything will turn out fine. I have confidence the world can all be mine. They'll have to agree I have confidence in me. Sunshine. I have confidence in rain. I have confidence that spring will come again. Besides what you see, I have confidence in me. Strength doesn't lie in numbers. Strength doesn't lie in wealth. Strength lies in nights of peaceful slumbers. When you wake up, it's only all I truly leave my heart to. Becomes my own. I have confidence in confidence alone. Oh, help. I have confidence in confidence alone. Besides which you see, I have confidence in me.
Yes, sir.
I was calling the housekeeper and she didn't answer. Do you know why?
Sometimes she doesn't hear, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. I was answering the telephone. Good day, sir. We're happy to have you home again.
Why did the last governess leave?
Who knows? She just said, I've had enough of this, and walked out.
Was Louisa playing her tricks again? Putting toads in her bed?
She didn't complain of that, sir.
Well, there's another one coming today and this one can't walk out.
Oh,
She's coming from Nonberg Abbey with orders to stay until September.
I hope you'll be at home for a time, sir.
Just until tomorrow. The telephone call, was that for me?
No, sir. It was for Franz. Before you arrived, there was a call from Vienna, a Frau Schrader. I have the number in the pantry.
I know the number. I shall be back in about a month with some guests.
Yes, sir. Do you know how many, sir?
Just two. Herr Detweiler
Herr Detweiler.
and Frau Schrader.
Who wanted me on the telephone?
It was the post office. There's a telegram for you. It will be delivered at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock? That gives me 5 hours to be nervous.
With that scatterbrained boy delivering telegrams these days.
Well, that's one thing people are saying. If the Germans took over Austria, at least we'd have efficiency.
Don't let the captain hear you say that. He never whistled for us when his wife was alive.
He's being the captain of a ship again.
I can't bear being whistled for. It's humiliating.
In the Imperial Navy, the bosun's always whistled for us.
But I wasn't in the Imperial Navy.
Too bad. You could have made a fortune. You will wait here.
I am Captain von Trapp, and you are Fräulein.
Maria Rayner.
Now, Fräulein, as to your duty, would you mind stepping down there? Before the children meet you, you will put on another dress.
I haven't any other dress. When we enter the abbey, our worldly clothes are given to the poor.
And what about this one?
The poor didn't want this one.
This is what you would call a worldly dress.
It belonged to our last postulant. I would have made myself a new dress, but I wasn't given time. I can make my own clothes.
Good. I'll see that you're given some material. Today, if possible. Now, Fräulein, you will be in charge of my children. There are 7 of them. You will find out how far they have progressed in their studies, and you will carry on from there. Each morning will be spent in the classroom, and each afternoon, they march. You will see that at all times they conduct themselves with decorum and orderliness. The first rule in this house is discipline.
Yes, sir.
Fraulein, Fraulein Maria. When I sound your signal, you will step forward and repeat your name. You, Fraulein, will listen and learn their signal so that you can call them when you want them.
Liesel. Friedrich. Louisa. Court. Brigitte. Martha.
That one's Gretel. Now let's see how well you listened.
Oh, I won't need to whistle for them, Reverend. Captain, what I mean is, I'll be with them all the time.
Not on all occasions. This is a large house and a large estate. They have been taught to come only when they hear their signal. Now, when I want you, this is what you will hear.
Oh, no. You won't need to trouble, sir, because I could never answer to a whistle.
That's nonsense. Everyone in this house answers to a whistle. I'll show you. This is my orderly, my butler. The new governess, Fraulein Maria.
Yes, sir.
This is the executive officer, Frau Schmidt, the housekeeper. Fraulein Maria, please be sure that her room is ready.
Yes, sir.
Well, I shall leave you with the children. You are in command.
Pardon me, sir. I don't know how to address you.
You will call me Captain.
Thank you, Captain. I forgot to return your whistle, Captain. I won't be needing it, Captain. Well, now that it's just us, can you tell me your names again and tell me how old you are? Now you're...
I'm Liesel. I'm 16 years old and I don't need a governess.
I'm glad you told me. We'll just be friends.
I'm Friedrich. I'm 14. I'm a boy.
A boy? Why, you're almost a man.
I'm Brigitte.
You didn't tell me how old you are. Louisa.
I'm Brigitte. She's Louisa, and she's 13 years old. And you're smart. I'm 9, and I think that your dress is the ugliest one I ever saw. Brigitte, you mustn't say a thing like that. Why not? Don't you think it's ugly? If I did think so, I wouldn't say so. I'm Court. I'm 11, almost.
Well, that's a nice age to be 11 almost.
I'm Marta. I'm turning 7 on Tuesday, and I would like a pink parasol.
Well, pink is my favorite color, too. And you're Gretel. Now, I'm going to tell you all something. I've never been a governess before. How do I start?
You mean you don't know anything about being a governess?
No.
Well, the first thing to do is be sure to tell Father to mind his own business. Louisa, don't. I like her. What's in here?
My guitar.
What did you bring this for?
For when we all sing together.
We don't sing.
Of course you sing. Everybody sings. Now, what songs do you know?
We don't know any songs.
You don't?
No.
Well, now I know where to start. I'm going to teach you to sing. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you read, you begin with
A, B, C.
When you sing, you begin with do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi. The first 3 notes just happen to be do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, come. I'll make it easier for you. Listen. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Mi, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, ti, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do. a female deer.
Rain.
A drop of golden sun.
Me.
A name I call myself. A long, long way to run. So I needle pulling thread. Long I know to follow some. Tea. I drink the jam and bread that will bring us back to dough.
A deer, a female deer. Rain, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run.
So a needle pulling thread. Long I know to follow some. Tea. I drink the jam and bread that will bring us back to dough. Do re mi fa sol la ti do.
So, yeah.
Is that what you call a song? Do, re, mi, fa, so, and so on?
No. Do, re, mi, fa, so, and so on are only tools we use to build a song. Once we have the notes in our heads, we can sing a million different tunes
How?
by mixing them up. Listen. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. Now you try.
So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re.
So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
Now, let's put it all together.
So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
But it doesn't mean anything.
So we put in words. One word for every note. When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything.
You said one word for every note,
Yes, Brigitte, I did.
but when you say anything, you're using up 3 notes on one word.
Yes, that's right. Well, sometimes we do that. Now all together and...
When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. So
Good night, Rolf.
Oh, Lisa,
Yes?
you don't have to say goodnight this early just because your father's home.
How did you know my father was home?
Oh, I have a way of knowing things.
You're wonderful.
No, I'm not really.
Oh, yes, you are. I mean, how else would you know 2 nights ago that at just this time tonight, you'd be delivering a telegram for Franz?
Well, every year in this state, he always gets a birthday telegram from his sister.
You see, you are wonderful.
Can I come in tomorrow night?
Rolf, how can you be sure you'll be delivering a telegram here tomorrow night?
Well, I could come here by mistake with the telegram for Colonel Schneider.